1.
W7 is here on the court with another GTV production. Here tonight, your Germantown Warhawks are going to be taking on the West Allis Hale. Stay tuned at 7 as we bring you a thrilling GMC matchup you won't want to miss. Rosters and lineups and national anthem coming soon.
W7 Live game night from Germantown. Gary Whipperman and Ed Rowie. Coach, we are... Hang on. Got it?
Nothing.
How about now?
Nothing.
Now?
Yep, just hold it for the rest of the night.
Got it.
Nope, now I'm gone.
Well, that could be a problem.
All right, now we got the anthem.
Time for National Anthem starting lineups. You're watching GTV, a W7 production.
Okay, so I'm going to take the camera out there. When I switch from team to team, switch back to this one. So it doesn't show me walking into the net. You know?
Yeah. Just give me a thumbs up. Switch it.
As we get set for the starting lineups, Gary's out on the floor. Gary Whipperman with camera will join me soon. To my left and producing, Sarah Nassif. And in the building with us, Coach Ron Gavinsky. I'm Ed Rowie, W7 in full effect tonight here at Germantown, back home for the first time this year. First home match. Germantown has not played since last week when they came off a huge, so they are coming off a huge victory on the road at Brooks Central. Let's get some things set on the floor here as they get set for the starting lineups. Gary in the Hale huddle. Germantown again coming off a huge victory at Brookfield Central, the then #1 ranked team in the area. Lineups are set. We'll get them to you as soon as we have. We did not get all of Hale, so I just want to make sure we get that. Just settled. And that's the one we missed. And we do not have a number 11. I believe Paige Phillips for Hale. And I believe Paige Phillips is actually number 9, not 12, but I could be wrong. It was very challenging hearing the yelling and the screaming. And I assume it was because you, Gary Whipperman, were out on the floor.
It is. I'm getting all this. It's super loud.
Okay.
So fix me.
Are you fixed?
Well,
No?
no, it's loud. I mean, I can hear everything, but it is loud in my ear. So I don't know if you have controls over there.
How's that?
As we are underway here at Germantown. Better.
Just don't touch anything.
Yeah. Arm swing, nicely done, but Germantown covers up. Hustling Hawks.
That's Greenfield. Huskies.
Oh, yeah, those guys. Hustling. But they're the Warhawks.
You want George Sotero's calling you?
But they're hustling Hawks out here.
Oh, those hustle. I thought you were talking about Hale.
We got 1 point in, we're arguing. We are a married couple.
Not happily either. 1-0 G-Town, first set.
Avery Hames on the serve for Germantown.
Some different names for Germantown tonight, starting tonight. Some juniors.
That would, if Dan Patrick were here, he would say,
The whiff.
hey, it happens.
Better than what I could do, I'll tell you that. That would be a comedy. Not a good one either. 2-0 G-Town. Encourage you to make comments in the live stream on the YouTube stream. We're going to be monitoring those comments tonight. Maybe.
Good block. Ball stays alive. Outside. No. 3-0 Germantown. Yeah, different lineups as you talked about. Germantown hasn't played in a week. Coming off that big emotional win. I don't think there's any doubt that they controlled the tempo and the energy last week.
Well, no doubt about it. And the big question going in was, Maddie White's play as an outside. That was my big concern because Tatum Catalano graduated.
Yep.
And how are you going to fill that gap? Well, Maddie said just fine, thank you, and had just a fantastic match.
Yeah, that's something you and Michelle Griffin-Wenzel, thank you so much for sitting in on that one. You both talked about it. You talked about it throughout the course of the night, how big Maddie White's play was, and I don't think there was any doubt. She was fantastic that night. She was above what Maddie White's expectations were.
Yeah.
At least what the conference thought, because Maddie White is, her name's out there now. Everybody's aware.
Well, and she just played magnificently. And they really just had Brookfield Central kind of on their heels the whole match, which that's not easy to do.
And there is, Doherty did not play for Brook
Right,
Central.
Mo, so Mo wasn't there.
That plays into it. That, anytime you're missing a key player like that, and we're talking a Division I player, so it does have an effect. But I think Brook Central learned a lot from that match. No question, they took a lot from it. And I think, obviously, Germantown did as well.
Well, and to see McKenna frustrated is something that you don't see very often. Again, that's kudos to Germantown for how they played the match. I mean, what they did so well was took Brookfield Central out of system, and that's, again, BC just at its heart is like a machine. I mean, they're not super emotional up and down. They're very level, those girls are. So to get them in a point where they're frustrated, that takes some doing.
Kristin Taylor, was that a toe violation? It was a line violation, I believe, on that serve. So 5-4, so Hale on a little 4-1 run. And it's 5-4 here in the first set. And that is long. Now, to your point, you could see the frustration early on with Brook Central. They jumped out to that 6-1 lead. I think they felt like, this will be a nice, easy night.
Yeah.
Germantown wins a point, and all of a sudden they just took over, and they just kept attacking the serves. Attacking, and going to that same spot, and clearly the frustration was there. And when you take a player out of their game, it's tough.
Frozen.
We're not on the system. We're on GO. That's why.
It should be fine, though.
No, we should be on the Germantown system.
I don't have all of the cameras set up on it because we switched cameras out. 7-4 Germantown, first set. And I believe we're having some freezing problems.
It's not even that cold in here.
Boo. Hey, 7-4, quick timeout. You're watching GTV. Point G-Town 8-4. And now 8-5. You see the same thing? Yeah, it's like it's crawling, like barely crawling. Lily Wagner in now for Germantown, 9-5. Well, we'll have to do the match and then upload it after. I don't know what else to do. Nothing we can do in the middle of it.
Got to get back on their system again. And unfortunately, that's part of volleyball being early in the season. That's coming at us.
And with school just starting, it's hard to get,
G gets his first rebound of the season. Timeout, Hale. 10-5, Germantown up.
KK Arnold is in the house, too. We're going to have her come over after the first set and talk a little bit of G-Town girls basketball as well as her U.S. national trip.
Ho hum. We'll have to fix that. Talking about this Germantown team, losing 4 seniors. Every year, every school goes through it. You lose players, you need to replace. A couple of players that have stepped up. One, we've already talked about, Maddie Wida. 2, Number 8, senior, Kristin Taylor. We know her from basketball last year. She stepped up her game in volleyball this year.
She had a really nice match last week against Brookfield Central.
She did, and those are the type of things you need to see, especially when you lose 4 seniors. And what good programs
nice swing.
do. That was a big swing. Good programs do that. That was number 12, Avery Haynes. Good programs do that. Year after year, they replace. Doesn't matter what year you are, what level you played the year before. You show up, you get better, and you provide positive play for your team, for your program, for your coaches, and for yourself.
Yeah.
And Kristin really showed that last week.
11-5 Germantown, now 12-5.
Haynes cross court, count it.
That's 8 of the last 9 points for G-Town after Hale took that early lead, Coach.
Went on that little run. Ava Nicolay on the serve. The junior. Back to Haynes, why not? Hot hand, what do we got? Hale on the net. 13-5 now. And Hale, you know, it's something we've seen in a lot of their sports. They always come out, they play hard. They play as hard as anybody. They never look down. They just play hard. They're uphill. They're going uphill. They just don't have the same type of division level caliber players.
They don't. I mean,
it's not anything critical because they
and Coach Freitag does a really nice job.
Sure.
And he puts so much into this program and works so hard. It's nothing with coaching. It's just, it's just the talent and commitment level is different at some of these other schools than it is at West Allis Hale. And there's reasons for that. Some kids are involved in other things, multiple sports.
Sure.
You don't see that as much in Germantown and the Sussex Hamiltons and those schools. I mean, it's kind of specialized. Hale, you'll see kids play multiple sports, and so that means they're not playing club volleyball. So they're not playing for the Milwaukee Sting like Lily Wagner is, 10 months a year. That makes a huge difference.
Sure.
14-7.
These are the type of players that when they're adults, they're going to make fantastic coaches.
Absolutely.
They didn't get by on their genetic lottery winnings of, I won the lottery, I'm going to be a star. These girls bust their butts, play super hard, and they know the ins and outs, the small angle things, probably better than a lot of the Division I talent because they have to succeed. And that's not just Hale. That's any player that's not that next level touch player. These are going to be great coaches when they're older.
Well, and Hale, the Hale program is a lot like what you'd see in some of the small towns that we do, and that is like Mishicot, the kids that play volleyball, the first time they pick up a volleyball is about the 10th of August.
Yeah.
And the basketball kids that are playing volleyball, I mean, their life is basketball, but they'll play volleyball. This is kind of the same thing with like Germantown, like Maddie Wida and Lily Wagner and those kids. I mean, they're always playing volleyball, always playing volleyball. I want to put a shot up here of one of our friends, if we can get her on here. You're going to see coming out of the huddle will be the West Allis Hale assistant coach. That is Abby Arena. As soon as they break here, Abby will be in the gray pullover.
She's sitting, actually, at the moment. She's the
darn.
JV coach.
Yeah, she's the JV coach. And why I bring it up is Abby was part of the 2017-18 West Allis Hale Huskies.
Yeah, we're getting far enough away. That's good.
The 2017-18 Huskies. She was a senior that year for Hale volleyball. And unfortunately, the last time West Allis Hale won a GMC volleyball match was when she was a senior, and that was October 12th, 2017.
October 12th is a good day in history.
Well, it's Columbus Day, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, so
well, that has nothing.
The point is,
it's my anniversary, so I better say that.
Okay, well, hey, good cover.
This is W7 Light. She wants to hear these things.
So it's been 4 years since they've won a GMC match, is what I'm saying, and that takes a lot out of you as a coach, and it's got to be frustrating to Coach Freitag. Yet he stays positive,
absolutely,
keeps coaching the kids up, and again, that's not easy to do.
And you're speaking of Abby Arena, their JV coach, their varsity assistant coach, Joe Maciejewski. You're not going to meet a nicer person.
He's a great guy.
He is truly the kindest person I've ever met. I mean that in the best way. I am very fortunate to call him a friend. I've watched him grow up from a high school kid to an adult now that just loves working with kids and coaching volleyball, and he is truly, I mean it in the most heartfelt way, one of the best people I've ever been associated with in my life. I mean, he's just a great guy, always positive. He loves working with these kids. He wants to see the best from them, and just because of the directive, I know him, and I know he's working with. I want to see Hale win. We want to see Hale win.
We absolutely do. Of course we do.
We know that it's in there. It's got to be one of those things where everything's got to fall into place for them. They don't have a 6'3" outside hitter.
Right.
You know?
Well, I mean, and to that point, I mean, they had 2 6-footers in Kelly Ansatiros, who, by the way, is on her way to being an All-American at University of Wisconsin-Whitewater, and Abby Arena, who went on scholarship to UW-Oshkosh for women's volleyball. So, I mean, that was a very, very talented group. Of course, they went on to win the Greater Metro Conference in girls basketball under Coach George Satiros and Bill Barbeau. But those days are in the rearview mirror now.
But they're going to keep working. You're never going to have to worry about that. They're going to keep working.
Hit. Maddie Whita.
Just a big swing from the outside. But it's a group that's going to keep working. You know that when you play them, you still got to show up and play hard, because if you don't, they're going to be right there.
Yep.
And they're going to battle you. And we'll see the same thing when it comes to basketball season. You're going to see a team that's going to play hard, end line to end line, side to side.
And the GMC is tough because it's such a competitive, tough conference. I mean, it's in basketball you got 2 or 3 teams kind of at the top, but in volleyball you got Brook Central, you got Brook East. Brook East is very good. Sussex Hamilton's the state champions, for crying out loud. Menominee Falls is always good in volleyball.
So it just gives you an idea.
DSHA is always good in volleyball.
So it gives you an idea what Hale's up against, and we're proud to cover them.
We
know
are,
that.
absolutely.
We are always proud to cover them. We always make sure to get them on our schedule. Kristin hustles over.
20-10, Germantown in the first set.
Yeah, we got to get on their system. But again, first match at home, we will get it fixed, and it won't happen anymore.
This is like volleyball. This is our first one too.
Yes,
I mean, we got to.
that's what I'm saying.
Iron the kinks out. Get back in mid-season form again. We'll be ready for basketball.
Well, no, we'll be ready in 2 weeks when we come back. Next week, it's on the road at Falls.
At Falls,
and then in 2 weeks, DSHA comes here.
That'll be a fun one. 21-10. Wagner, or not Wagner, that's 5.
Light up, big swing. Near block, but not enough. And it's 22-10 as they're knocking on the door of taking the first game.
Kristin Taylor to serve with a 12-point lead in this first set. Point to the Huskies, 22-11. I don't have Hale's roster. I have Germantown. I don't have Hale's.
Oh, Hale.
There we go. Thanks.
You got your starters with marks.
22-12, Germantown. Opposite corner and out. 22-13. That was Nicolay on the swing that time for Germantown. Ava, a junior outside hitter. Just the way she planned it. Tips it right over the net, and point goes to Hale. So 4 in a row for the Huskies, 22-14. This is Emily Honish on the serve, and that one is out, 23-14. So Germantown 2 points away from taking this first set. And then we're not going to take a break. We're going to come back with KK right away because I don't want to bleed into too much of the match here talking to her.
I don't even see her. I'll take your word.
Oh, she's here. She texted me already.
Oh, of course.
23-14. That one is out.
Nice little run here for Hale, 23-15.
Well, it was 22-10, so it's been a 5-1 run for the Huskies.
Stepping on to serve for Hale, number 3, Emma Fiedler. Senior. Lefty. Go southpaw. Back pass. Took it well. Digs it out. Set. Little tap. Back up.
Lily Wagner.
She kind of.
Little Wag showed up.
Yeah, I got this. Busy point here. Big swing. And in.
In 24-15, it is set point. And Coach, I don't know if you saw this or not, but Josie Smith did a really nice job on the slide for that hit. And again, she's not a starter, but she would be a starter almost anywhere else. I mean, that's how good she is, but that's how much talent is on this team.
Right. Yeah, number 3 in the area for Germantown, but let's be honest, it's kind of a
hot, coming in hot.
Save lives, saving lives. That's what I'm doing here, folks.
25-15, G-Town takes the first set. We're going to step aside for just a second and come back with KK Arnold. You're watching W7 Live.
Good? We're good. As promised, we are back live and already getting abused by the volleyball players. We are with KK Arnold, fresh. Oh, yeah. This is the life of living or working with a rock star. So, how was summer? Do anything exciting or just sit at home?
Yeah, I just sat at home.
TikTok video here or there?
TikTok.
How was, well, let's back up. U16 gold medal champs. Mm-hmm. You played in Chile. First, let's start there. How was it? Just
no, actually got changed. We played in Mexico.
It's south of the border where it's hot. How's that? How was it?
True.
How was that? Just being down there?
Yeah, it was
atmosphere.
It was a great experience, especially a different crowd, of course.
Sure.
You know, drums banging, like it was just crazy. Surroundings, like the hotel and everything, and then especially like playing with the girls. I'm usually playing against them, or like watching them in different circuits. So playing with them and then hanging out with them off the court was really like just a fun experience and everything to get to know them. So
what was it like when you step on the floor and you play with that kind of talent? I mean, you won the gold medal game 118-45.
Right.
Like you do that in your driveway when you're playing with little kids. You don't do that for a gold medal game. But with that kind of talent, what was that like?
I don't even know how to explain it. It was just like when you got on the court and then we came out, just be excited for the other one. I mean, you couldn't really do much, so just go in, and then they have the same energy going in, just score a whole bunch, defense, everything. You have to just keep the intensity the same.
You talked about the atmosphere there and playing. What's it like when you are playing? You're playing for your team, obviously, but that team is Team USA.
Yeah.
That's different.
Yeah, it means
that's a big difference. I mean, it's different when it says Warhawks. It's big when it's the American flag.
Right. I was just going on the court, representing USA, having that across your chest. You have to represent it well, of course.
Of course.
But it feels like, I don't know, it's just like a great feeling just to have.
Sure. Again, we are with KK Arnold, but you probably already knew that. Now, as you sit and you watch this volleyball match, there's a junior on this team that stands about 6 feet tall who's a very good volleyball player. There's this rumbling that Lily Wagner's going to play basketball. Have you heard anything to that?
Yes,
or have you maybe
I'm very excited.
Have you put put her to the test?
Just-
like, hey, you know.
Nah, just be ready for a blocking record because I know she'll have a whole bunch of those.
It'll come natural.
Right.
Going up off the glass. And
Right.
No, don't slap it. Just grab it. Let's talk about that. You're coming off a state championship. You've already been to the mountaintop in this state. Now you lost some key players. I mean, you lost some big-time talent around you. What do you need to do? What does the program, what do your teammates need to do to take that and do it again this year? It's not easy. You know, it's always,
Not
what
easy.
can you do for me lately?
Right.
You're going to forever be known for winning that state championship. All right? Especially the way you did in that championship game. You were electric. You were unbelievable on that floor. Now it's different. Now it's okay. Now we do it again. How do you do that? Can you put into words how you do that?
Just from my standpoint, I need to be, louder leader, more of a leading type person for this team this year, and then just building confidence in them because some players are coming up from JV and everything, but them just coming up with the confidence that they can do it, that we can all do it, just believe in yourself. But it'll be the same thing this year. We just need to go in the same mentality.
With that, that's perfect. Saying you need to be more of a leader. When you lose those seniors, I mean, you were talking 8 seniors. Primarily a Jalen Acker playing D1 basketball. A Natalie Paulskill, who was that role player that turned up her game tenfold last year. Are those the messages you share with those players that are coming in? Is that what you do? Jalen Acker was a heck of a shooter. She plays Division I. Do you usually, instead of talking more about Jalen Acker, do you more push at that Natalie Paulskill, who was this role player whose game exploded last year? Is that more who you lean on when you talk to those JV players that are coming up? Is that more your prime example as a leader?
Yeah,
do you
prime
say,
example.
Hey, look at Nat and what she did.
Right. Or just in general coming up because, they always have the fear of being on varsity. They don't want to shoot or anything. Just scared when they go in. They're timid. So to go on the same mentality, I bring up Jalen and Natalie. Just have the same mentality they did. When you go on the court, leave it all out there. Sweat and tears. So
now you just got to be a leader. Yes. But let's look at what happened since March of last year. KK Arnold is the Gatorade Player of the Year. She wins a state title. She wins a gold medal, and I'm pretty sure the Milwaukee Bucks won the NBA championship. I think you're living a pretty good life here, kid. I've had to live in misery with all these losing seasons. KK just shows up and everybody wins. This is why we keep showing up here. This is why W7 wants to come right here. We just want to hang out with her. We're better because we're near her.
right.
How's that? Not bad, right?
Not bad.
Well, we want to thank you for joining us. We want to take a couple of minutes out of your life. KK Arnold, thank you so much. Good luck. We can't wait for the season to start, but before that, we're going to concentrate on volleyball. We're going to concentrate on your job getting Lily to come out and play volleyball, walk in those halls, getting anybody to come out and play some basketball with you, and try to defend that title.
Exactly.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Of course.
KK Arnold, defending state champ. Our score here is Hale 6-3 in game number 2 after Germantown won the first one. It is currently 6-3 Hale, so good start for Hale in this second game.
Boy, she's fun.
She's the absolute
She's so
best.
fun.
She is so fun just to talk to.
I know.
It's just smiling and laughing.
Well, it's funny, too.
Just a blast.
The kid's a star. She is an absolute star.
When you saw her, she
you'd
sits
never
down
know it. She
in the
just,
volleyball
I
team
know.
goes nuts.
Well, I don't know if you noticed, but I would say 80% of this gym is all watching this way, watching KK do this interview. And they could even hear her. But, again, she just commands attention.
Just a special kid, a fun kid. But just a winner. People say that, and I've been around sports. We've been around sports our whole life. You always hear of somebody's a winner.
Yeah. KK
we
is
didn't know
a
what
winner.
that meant. We didn't know what that meant. Now we see it up close and personal like this. Truly, she won a state title. She was Gatorade Player of the Year. She goes and wins a gold medal. And obviously she had nothing to do with the Bucks. But, man, nothing around her but winners. It's unbelievable.
And here's the funny part, Coach, to me, is you got 2 50-year-old middle-aged men that are just giddy and giggling because KK Arnold has come over to talk to us. We're like little kids.
She gave us her time, and that's the best. She is just an awesome, awesome kid. And you can see with those 8 seniors how they really shaped her.
They absolutely did.
Especially Nat and Jay, they really shaped her and she talked about what it's going to need to be a leader and how she's going to have to step up, and she's going to have to. She has no choice but to be a leader because you can't replace 8 seniors with the flick of a switch. You can't just show up. You have to step up your game. And so one of the things we talked about was her stepping up her game. And when you talk about examples, it's not the Jalen Ackers, the Division I player.
Right.
It's an Natalie Paulskill, who is this role player, 10th man as a junior, who became an unbelievable player last year, who did not get her recognition because KK and Jalen got all the recognition.
Yeah. And Leah Hess is another example, and Paige Robinson. I mean,
right, exactly.
All
Everybody
of those kids
filled their role perfectly.
I mean, Haley Laritzen came in and contributed. I mean, you just go down the list. And so the thing is that it's not just replacing the talent. It's you're going to rebuild the culture. The culture is going to be different of this team than it was last year.
Yeah, and please, we are not trying to skip over any of the seniors. It was a great group. It was such a great group, and Coach Kavinsky and I were so fortunate to be around it all year and to see it up close and personal and get up to state and watch them interact before we go live and the cameras are on or the ball's up. We're watching these kids just interact with each other, and they loved each and every one of themselves.
They did.
So much. And when they say they were sisters and they were together, it doesn't describe it well enough.
Yeah.
They really, truly were and that goes so much. Now, does winning create the culture? Does culture create winning? There's no doubt that culture was created, and that's a credit to Matt Stuvey.
That all goes to Matt Stuvey and the staff.
They did an unbelievable job doing that and setting that culture. And now you got to do it again. It's, oh, by the way, it's what have you done for me lately? Unfortunately, but that's sports.
We're going to take a quick break and come back and talk volleyball again. Coach Wagner was already mad at me about talking so much softball last week. He's really going to be mad tonight. Quick break. You're watching W7. Nine-8 Germantown, second set. Well, while we were away, a really good second set here to start. It's 9-8. Again, Coach Wagner's got some different kids in that normally wouldn't be in the starting rotation, but the thing I love about Amy Wagner is she coaches them all the same. I mean, they're all, important. It goes back to
Wait. Lily might argue with you.
Well, but it goes back to what a good friend of mine who coached football said. He said, I don't need any one of you, but I need all of you.
Yep, it's a great line. And
I'm sure he borrowed it from somewhere, but I'm sure he borrowed it from somewhere, but it's a true statement.
And you have to.
I just coughed in Coach's ear as loud as possible. I did the old Rod Gavinsky special. I didn't want you to feel like we weren't in mid-season form here, Coach.
We are dropping G knowledge all night long. He is the best. No, it's you have to coach everybody, and if you're a coach and you don't coach everybody, you're not coaching.
Right.
Anybody can coach a star because you're not coaching them. You're just taking the accolades away. But you're right, Coach Wagner, and you saw that. We saw that last year.
Wow.
Last year they thought they had this big.
Wags is something else.
Yeah.
I mean,
you had that group last year that had all that talent, and they thought they could go far. And I really think COVID had really played with that group last year. They had bodies coming and going.
No question about it.
And Coach Wagner, that's where you really saw her coaching everybody, as you're talking about. 13-8 our score. This is game number 2. Germantown taking game 1. Swing, tip, and out. Count the point for Germantown and Avery Haynes. He's getting quite a few kills tonight.
Avery's playing extremely well.
We don't want to say anything about a player of the game, but let's put
she's
her on
in the conversation already, I would say. 14-8. Well, you got to be careful not to always give it to the outside hitters. They're the stars, but
good effort. Unfortunate. Kind of just died in her arms. We do not have a number 11. We do not know who's playing the libero. for Hale.
For Hale? Yeah, I don't.
It might. This is a total guess, but I did miss a number, and it might have been Paige Phillips, but don't quote me on that. Because I don't know that I see a number 12.
I should look on the Hale roster, not the Germantown roster. That would help.
Maybe. 15-8 our score was 9-8. A 6-0 run for Germantown.
Now, they did say that Paige Phillips was one of I heard the name Paige Phillips as a starter.
Sure, that's why I'm wondering. And again, the background noise and the screaming was so loud early on we couldn't catch all the numbers. And I have not seen Paige Phillips number 12, but I have seen a number 11 wearing a libero jersey, and I wonder if that's Paige, so we're going to go with that. And if we are wrong, again, we apologize. It won't be our first nor last apology.
And if nothing else, we can just go Wilson Phillips. Just hold on for one more day. That's all we got to do.
We could just go Wilson. And Tom Hanks might walk in. Who knows?
15-8 G-Town. Ava Nicolay on the serve. Ace for Ava.
And she's on a roll. Germantown got the point back, and she is now 6 in a row on her serve. She is rolling.
16-8 in favor of Germantown in the second set. They won the first one 25-14, I believe.
Bree Peters checking in for Hale. Great
Another
spot.
ace for Ava.
Just floated it into a dead corner.
Coach Wagner's just having fun. You can see that she's just enjoying the girls right now. 17-8.
You have to. You know, you're coaching. You're working with kids. Make it fun. Right there.
Credit Avery Hames right there. Nice little stretch and just dumped it right over on the tip. 18-8 G-Town.
Nicolay rolling.
Blocked. Josie Smith. But the point goes to Hale, 18-9.
I think we might have had a net there.
Yeah, I think it was a net violation on Josie. She's kind of being an outlaw on that one.
Bella Rivera checking in.
I think Bella's a basketball player, isn't she?
She is. Really saw her game improve from beginning to end last year. Things we talked about. That's what you're looking for as a coach.
Yeah.
Always want to see that. And when you see it, especially from a Bella Rivera, who's got that ability with that length.
Just out again for Josie, but you can see Coach Wagner encouraging her because, I mean, that's what you want. You be aggressive, play hard. If it goes out, it goes out. There's nothing you can do but just play hard.
That was the right technique. It just didn't, the point wasn't
Absolutely.
scored.
18-10.
We're thinking this is sophomore Paige Phillips. If not, we're giving Paige Phillips a lot of
We're giving her a lot of love tonight.
Good serve.
Wags on the set.
Blocked and
so
Lily Wagner.
I talked to Coach Wagner before the match, and the thing they're doing different tonight anyway is they're alternating Lily and Maddie White on the right side. Lily normally starts on the left side,
Sure.
so just a little bit of mixing things up tonight.
Well, you get a chance to look at some things. We have to. You never obviously want an injury, but you have to prepare for an injury or illness, and trying different things, seeing if outside right side is good for her or not. Things you mix up.
19-11, Maddie Wire on the serve.
I think that's why you don't have Sadie Olson, playing libero tonight, and why you have Maddie Wire in here instead.
Boy, was she good last week, Olson.
Great. But you know what? Everybody, it was a great team effort. They really, really showed up.
I mean, you could have had 8 players of the match for that one. I mean, there's just no doubt about it.
We keep talking about it, but it was such a fantastic showing for Germantown. And, this is GTV. We need to remind you. Got another exciting announcement. We'll talk about that one maybe after this game.
Yes. And point goes to the Huskies, 19-13.
From our view, it was an injury, but it was not an injury. It was a whoops, and I can't get up. Ava Nicolay. she tried to get up and it was coming right at her.
It's all right, Ava.
And she had a big smile on her face, and she tried to return it while laying there. Thankfully, she wasn't hurt.
Uh-oh.
Getting a little sloppy. 19-14.
Kristin Taylor.
Hands on head like,
I didn't touch that. I'm not sure why everybody's looking at me. I really had nothing to do with that play. 19-14.
Josie Capley to serve. Set.
Uh-oh.
Nope.
Wags on the tip. Beautiful.
Rivera tried to get to it.
You get so prepped for that hammer that Wagner brings in, she just tips it right over.
And G has got his second rebound of the season.
Unhitch the plow there, G.
Come on now. Let's not forget he's a sniper.
Leah Shavy to serve.
The sniper, Ron Gavinsky, with another rebound coming in tonight.
Hey, quick fact on Leah Shavy, 2 torn ACLs and back playing sports again. Just a tough kid.
Man, anytime you hear that, you hate to hear it, but when they're back out there, man, there's nothing to me more inspiring than a player coming back from an injury and then just playing like it's no big deal.
Yeah, well,
still playing their heart out.
While we're on that, I want to just give a shout out and thoughts and prayers to Samantha Geller from Slinger. Sam unfortunately tore her ACL in July and she'll be actually undergoing surgery this Friday, so she'll miss her entire senior season for Slinger this year, girls basketball. So Samantha, thinking about you, kiddo. We know how hard you work, and we know you're going to come back better than ever. Let us know anything we can do to help, kid. 21-15.
Germantown up.
Nice
the
block.
And the point. Great job. Great tag team there. There was a wall, and that's exactly what you want to do. Kristin Taylor, Ava Nicolay.
22-15.
Nicolay on a roll. Having a night. There's Hames.
Hames on the serve. Uh-oh.
Kristin got kind of caught.
Yeah, it was the receive was not the best. Kind of put Kristin in a tough spot there. 22-16.
As we talked about, the Huskies, they fight, and they will. Until they get on that bus, they're going to keep fighting.
22-17.
Nice little roll. Strong serves, Bella Rivera.
That one's in the net.
Caught the top line.
Well, nice run there. 23-17, Kristin Taylor to serve for the Warhawks, 2 points away from going up 2-0 on West Allis Hale.
Again, we want to thank KK Arnold for joining us tonight. Quick little interview.
Yeah, I texted her on the way over here, like, hey, next time you're at a Germantown home game, let us know. I want you to come over and talk to us. And she said, well, I'm going tonight. So I said, well, come on over.
Game point now as it's 24-17. Yeah, I mean, I couldn't put into words properly what it was like in that. But you're in a gold medal game and you beat Canada 118-45. At some point, call off the dogs. Then again, gold medal game, step up.
Well,
you win by 77, you're doing something all right.
When you got 15 of the best players in the country, I mean, how do you call off the dogs? I mean, they're all so good. What are you supposed to do?
Talented.
You know, don't play your best. 24-18, and you know it's competition. This isn't, you know, it's not, it's sixth grade.
Right. So what a stretch for her, huh?
Oh,
man.
And she's got 2 more years of high school left.
And I was going to whisper, I'd be like, hey, just between you and I, you know, did you pick a school yet? Just whisper it to me.
Oh, I was going to ask about that.
But you know what? Let her enjoy it.
Yeah.
Let her enjoy it.
That'll be coming soon enough.
I mean, when you got every school in the nation knocking on your door, you're all right.
Well, if you saw the Notre Dame pictures the other day that were on, she was at Notre Dame last week.
I did see that. And there's game point. Germantown now up 25-18. You're watching GTV, a W7 production. We'll be right back. will tell. Back live at Germantown High School with Gary Whipperman, I'm Ed Rowie, Sarah Nasif producing tonight, Ron Gavinsky in the house, KK Arnold has stopped by. It's been a busy night. Hale has been fighting. The Huskies are fighting. They're down 2-0, but they're still here. They're still playing. And you know they will until the buzzer.
Reminder, following tonight's broadcast, we will have the W7 Live Player of the Match.
Absolutely.
Got some good candidates already.
Yeah, the unfortunate part about these games is, you know, Hale being undersized and underwhelmed, but you know what else? It gives other players a chance to step up for Germantown who might not get that opportunity.
Two 2-0 Warhawks.
Hames having a night.
Three 3-0. Hames serving beautifully.
Hames and Nicolay have been deadly. A little punch. Good pass, outside swing, good block.
Really nice set by Shavy that time.
Great block by the Huskies.
Leah again.
Little tip. Rivera, no. She tried to keep it alive, just couldn't do it, and it's for love.
I mean, that's two really nice sets in a row by Leah. I mean, very nice. We talk about the outside hitters, but I mean, they don't make those plays without those setters getting them in position.
Correct. My first correct of the year.
Oh.
Big swing. Did it stay down?
Just
no,
out.
Just out. Ellie Feltz. My apologies. Had that big swing, but you could kind of see that she was a little off kilter.
And this G-Town team, they're all juniors and seniors. There's no sophomores or freshmen on this varsity team. They're all juniors and seniors. Seniors are Maddie Connor, Ella Lapata, Leah Shavy, Kristin Taylor, and Maddie Whita. Everybody else is juniors.
And out. It is. G, I got you.
That's on the move. He's a little quicker.
Very spry on
that's that weight loss he's talking about. I don't know what he's talking about.
Let's not get into that again. 5-1.
It's just strange. Nobody's ever said. I'll get another one.
Nice throw.
I've now tied G in rebounds, 2 apiece. Timeout Hale, 6-1 our score. I think I need to go I'm going to the eye doctor. I think that's next. This glasses, contacts, that's just not working.
I think I'm going to do the LASIK.
I did that.
Still no good, huh?
I just didn't take in the right eye as well. But I was so blind. It helped a lot. I mean, I don't need them. Like, I can legally drive and all that stuff. It's fuzzy. I don't want that.
By the way,
I want crystal clear.
Okay, I mean, we're like devolving into, I mean, there's no way anybody's listening to this anymore.
If they're lucky, they're not.
We'll start talking about lima beans next. I mean, so our player of the match last week, a Nicolay Slinger, was Katie Heidenrich from Nicolay. Fun fact, Katie Heidenrich's sister is the assistant coach at Germantown, Erin Heidenrich.
Everything
Germantown's like the 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon.
They are. Center of the universe.
She grabbed me. She's like, "Did you know that was my sister last week that you interviewed for the player of the game?" I'm like, "I did not know that."
That is fantastic. 7-1.
Which is good for Katie because Katie got it on her own merits, not just because of Germantown. I didn't even know who Erin was.
That's great. Slinger community always welcoming us. Great fun when you go up there.
Yeah. Well, she was from Nicolay, but yeah, we always have fun at Slinger.
Getting to the Nicolay side of things, we're opening up more and more, going back to our softball, and that's where I was going with that.
We had a lot of fun there.
Coach Berghaus, that staff, man.
Coach T.
Coach, they are great guys.
Coach T is the head basketball coach at Nicolay also, so we'll get some Nicolay FaceTime in this winter.
The issue there has been the internet connection, not unlike tonight, I believe, right?
Yeah.
So that's why we haven't been. That's why the outside stuff's been a little easier for us. But we're hoping to get that squared away this year because we do want to do more with Nicolay. Because again, that staff, they are just a blast. Always welcoming. can't do, you always feel like you want to come back the next week right away.
Yeah.
And we want to, of course. So, fun stuff.
Peyton on the serve. Now the set.
This is
Great set by Peyton, but boy, that one just goes out. It's 8-3.
We're coming up on year 5. Do you have any big celebration plans?
We need to do something.
Block out, all of American Family Field or something. We can have a celebration.
Well, I'll tell you
Bring
what.
anybody that's been a part of W7.
We're all going up to the girls' state basketball tournament. We're going to stay at Connor's house. He's a house right next to Lambeau, so we can have some beverages there. And during the state tournament, we can maybe invite some coaches over and just get crazy. And it's his house, so we can just tear it up. It doesn't matter. Punch holes in the wall, whatever we want to do. Be like the Stones coming in for a concert.
R.I.P. Charlie Watts.
Great serve by Nicolay. 10-3. Germantown cruising towards a 3-set sweep of the West Allis Hale Huskies. Our next GTV adventure will be next Tuesday, the 14th, at Menominee Falls. This is Germantown's first match since the Brookfield Central, and they didn't play last weekend at all. So,
no. And they had to earn that time off. They had been playing pretty quick start to their season, so they had been playing quite a bit. And this is their first home match. First match at home.
Home opener, yep, 11-3. Sarah Nassif producing and running cameras tonight. Killing it as always.
And we'll take care of our player of the game interview.
Yes.
11-4 now.
Just make her do all the work. We just kind of hang out and, whatever.
I'm not saying anything.
Like normal, I guess.
You say that about me every time. Guy walks into the building and starts abusing me because I'm talking to Coach Maciejewski of Hale.
Well, and here's the problem.
Telling Sarah that, don't worry about it. He doesn't do anything.
We start setting up, and Ed's always talking to somebody. Him and G both are always gabbing, but then they come over like 20 minutes later. Is everything set up and ready to go? Are we ready to start? Just a second, guys. I'm just finishing up here. 12-4. Matty Wire to serve.
He is so full of baloney. Ask him how I risked life and limb climbing the bleachers.
He did. I should have taken a photo of that. Well, we'll get it on the way out.
Big swing.
It'll be good for the insurance.
Good save. Way to dig it out.
Claim.
Another good dig. Point's going to stay. Nope, going Hale's way.
Big thanks, as always, to Sarah Unertl, Athletic Director at Germantown, for her never-ending support of W7.
Hope she got a chance to enjoy some summer.
Saw her at the football season opener in Germantown.
You're around this so much, and you see how the ADs, and they're constantly everywhere, and you just think, my God, basketball went.
It never ends.
Basketball went deep. Softball went into the end of June. It's just never ending. You hope they got a chance to relax and enjoy some family time and summer, and has everything opened up just in time to shut down. And
tomorrow we'll be at Mequon Golf Course for the North Shore Conference meet, live from Mequon, 4 o'clock start. Ed Swab on the call with Maggie Plummer from Slinger. She'll be joining us for the whole our entire time there. She'll be on the headset with Coach Swab tomorrow.
Oh, out hustled again, G. 13-6. Germantown up. Hale serving.
Into the net, 14-6.
Unforced errors, just can't have those.
No, not against this team, you can't.
You got to limit them anytime you step on the floor. I think Josie wants that one back, but you got to move on. Next play. Could it be that 11 is Malia Stenell?
Well, it says her number is TBD. I didn't see a TBD on there.
Well, if you put 11, if we drew a line and a line, it might.
That's like the old Big Ten logo.
Dumbest thing in the world. Big Ten. We have 13 teams. Fine educational institution.
Now 16 or 14, I think.
Whatever it is.
14. Hey, tomorrow night, Small Town Thursday night returns to W7. Connor Du Bois will be in Wrightstown for Denmark at Wrightstown, live from Wrightstown at 7 o'clock.
Big swing, but left it short was Rivera.
7 o'clock tomorrow. Small Town Thursday returns to W7. Ellie Feltz to serve for Germantown. They lead 15-8 in the third set. 16-8. Ace for Feltz.
And again, our next match for Germantown will be...
Like Peyton was flying up and down that bench. I mean, I'm tired just watching her. Just Peyton's one of our big followers on social media. She's one of our buddies. 16-8. Feltz to serve.
Next Tuesday at Falls.
17-8.
Next home match, 2 weeks from tonight. Let me think, 13 days, because it goes on the Tuesday schedule. And that'll be here against DSHA.
That'll be a fun one.
And then on the road, if memory serves correctly, at Tosa East. So it's road, home, road. That one's headed out and is 17-9. And again, as we talked, you've got golf tomorrow and then golf again on Saturday.
Big day Saturday, live from Middleton. The Middleton Invite live on W7 on Saturday. Start time 11 a.m. and there's a whole list of really good teams in that tournament. We were at University Ridge in Madison yesterday for the BC Invite, and there were some good teams there too.
Beautiful course.
Yes, it certainly is.
Even if you're not a huge follower of golf, just watch it for a little while, just to watch.
The scenery is just magnificent.
The talent of the golfers.
Yeah.
I'm absolutely blown away at how so consistent those players are. Us duffers, we're all over the map. They are down the middle, on the green, putt, tap in for par, knock in for birdie.
Go
they
follow
are
Sarah
so
Baldwin
good.
for 5 holes from Brookfield Central. I mean, she's every bit of super freak as McKenna Wooker is just in golf. I mean, she is unreal. I mean, just consistent. She's a machine.
And a reminder, we will upload this later on. We realize there's a lot of hiccups tonight. We apologize, but we will upload this entire match.
In its entirety.
Yeah, for everyone. We know that a lot of people on a Hale community, we don't have enough of you at GTV. You got some players getting a lot of time tonight that don't usually. So we want to make sure we upload that and give everybody a chance to watch it. We apologize about the hiccups. We will get them fixed within the next 2 weeks when we're back here.
Peyton.
It's just technology and early season. I mean, let's face it, it is still only
September 8th. Uh-oh. Nice job, but couldn't get it over Josie Smith that time. 19-11, Germantown. They lead 2-0. And that one goes into the net. And I would say, Coach, it's certainly not been Hale's night, but, you can't say, I mean, they've been competitive. I mean, Germantown has had to work for these points. I mean, they're not just, they're not just lining up and not competing. They're competing.
Oh, absolutely. And the other side of that is, to the competing part of that, you see them, they're all 1 through 6 on the floor as it comes right in our lap, literally in Gary's lap. Every one of them that step on the floor, they are diving on the floor, and that alone speaks volumes. They are still hustling. It's 21-11. They will still get on the floor. So keep hustling, keep playing hard, keep practicing hard, keep playing hard. (21-12), little rush. Those that know.
Well, if you're watching online right now, it's 8-6 in the first set.
Oof.
That's brutal. 22-12. Maddie Wire to serve.
Looking to close this one out.
You're not seriously looking at your fantasy football league while we're doing a broadcast, right? Because I would be furious about something like that.
Stick around for our W7 player of the game.
Great job. Avery Hames again, 23-12. You're doing your actual draft. Oh, for God's sake. You know, we're adults now. You don't have to do fantasy football anymore.
Some people call it gambling. I just call it investments. 23-12. Good hustle dive. Can they get to it? No. She tried to get out of the way to give Wire a little window, and Peyton Deppies tried, but just couldn't get to it.
Peyton's working hard tonight.
23-13. Big swing, out. Point Hale, 23-14. Serve.
Hames on the receive, now Nicolay for Hames.
Big swing coming, handled. Pass outside, Hames to the corner. No one there. Out.
I mean, here's the fun thing we're getting to watch. I mean, so right now, Maddie Wire is the other outside hitter. She's going to graduate this year. Avery Hames is going to slide right into that spot. I mean, you can see that right now.
And that's, again, what programs do. They just next, move on up, keep going.
So she'll play opposite Wagner next year.
23-16, Hale on a roll.
Haven't seen Ellie Lapata tonight. Feltz.
That could be a lot of things.
Yeah, I don't know if she's even dressed. I don't know. 24-16, match point for Germantown. Reminder, stick around for the W7 Live Player of the Match coming up right after the conclusion of this match.
Leah Shavy on the potential game point serve. Good pass. Big swing. Into the net.
24-17. Match point part 2.
Good dig.
Boy, Wire, nice job by Wire on the dig.
Give it to Hale. It's 24-18. Hale, this is what we were talking about. They will not go away. Crowd's starting to get into it a little bit.
G-Town student section. 24-19. That was Whita on the swing. I don't know that she did one of those last week at all. I don't recall her hitting into the net once.
Different night, different vibe,
Yep.
different feel.
She did a lot of those, though.
Yes, sir.
Oh, it was out. Point to Hale, 24-20. Boy, Madeline brought that thing down, though. I'll tell you that. Timeout, Germantown.
This match that we thought was just going to be a whole hum, and look at this. This is what we talked about with Hale. They're taking this with them. When they get on that bus, they got some positive vibes.
Definitely.
And this is all you can ask for. Just keep playing hard. Good things will happen. You don't know when it's going to click.
Match point again. (24-20).
And there it is.
That'll do it. Germantown wins it in 3, 25-20 on the third set. We're going to take a break and come back with the W7 Live Player of the Match. You've been watching GTV, a W7 production. W7 Live, we are back with our W7 Live Player of the Match. It is Leah Shavy from Germantown. Leah, nice match tonight.
Thank you.
You guys came in, took care of business 3 sets in a row. How'd that feel to come in and get another GMC win?
You know, it felt really good. Kind of our whole game plan for this game was just play Germantown volleyball, and we had like new rotations coming in, but that didn't stop us at all. Our team was hyped the whole time. We played together instead of as individuals. And so, yeah, it was good.
Well, we talk a lot about the outsides, and rightfully so. I mean, you have some great outside hitters with Maddie Whita and Lily Wagner, and I thought Avery Hames played exceptionally well tonight as well. What's it like at the set for those guys, and just knowing that, I mean, they're going to bring it afterwards?
Oh, it is so nice. You can just throw the ball up, and I just know they're going to put it away.
And you could, I mean, they're all here cheering you on. I know they were excited to see you get this on. I know your backstory, Leah. So one thing I do know about you is just how hard you've worked to get back playing. Because tell our viewers who don't know, I mean, you've went through some major injuries and a lot of rehab to get where you are.
Yeah. So pretty much, I had an ankle injury called a venous malformation, and pretty much I had to get 5 MRIs, 2 procedures done, and go through physical therapy and everything. So yeah, it was a lot of hard work, kind of nerve-wracking to get back, but I was determined.
How do you stay positive through? Because I know a lot of kids right now that are going through ACL injuries. I mean, it's so frequent with girls, obviously, but how do you stay positive through all that? Because it's such a journey to come back.
Honestly, the team, the whole Germantown volleyball program, was so amazing during it. They were constantly asking me how am I feeling and everything, and they were just my biggest support system.
The thing I love about this group is it's not a team of stars. It's a team of really good players that all play well together and enjoy each other's success. Is that fair to say?
Yes, yes.
Tell me what you love most about this group.
I just love our energy. All of us get along so well on and off the court. It's just so fun. We're all just there for each other no matter what.
Well, you guys are in first place in the Greater Metro Conference with a 2-0 start in the conference. What would it mean to take a GMC title your senior year?
It would be amazing, especially after a tough loss last year. We're going for it. Well,
I was going to say, I mean, you guys are hungry. I mean, I can see that. I can see there's a lot of energy around playing all the way through and playing hard, and you got some really great coaches too.
Yes, for sure.
Leah Shavy, our W7 Live Player of the Match tonight in Germantown's 3-set sweep of West Allis Hale. Last question, Leah, you ready?
Yeah.
Everything W7 does, we do
for the girls.
You've been watching W7 Live. We'll see you tomorrow from Mequon for the North Shore Conference golf match starting at 4 o'clock. See you tomorrow. Have a great rest of your night.